Stop talking about cranks and do a show. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Monkey of the Morning. I'm your host, the Ranting Monkey. He's Jack. Say hello, Jack.
Hi, everybody.
And that's Dax. Say hi, Daxy boy.
No.
Or don't. Whatever works for you. How y'all doing tonight? Jack, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Dax, how you doing?
I didn't get last place while playing a game whose name I forget with Camel and Hellcat and all those guys.
Oh, you were playing like a Quippers game?
Yeah, I figured it's called Riff something or another.
Oh.
Riff Raff.
Is that what it is?
I have no fucking idea, man. I just
remember. It was
Riff
like based
Rider.
off the idea of like Mystery Science Theater and all that shit.
Oh, okay. I've never seen it, but I can guess. We have all three Stooges tonight. Indeed, you do. Before we get into any more, real stuff, I just want to give an update on my health because I know a lot of you worry, which, by the way, very kind of you. Went to see my cardiologist today, and he checked me out, and he actually told me he's not quite convinced I had a heart attack. He said everything looks really good, and he looked at the same test that they looked at to tell me I had one. And he goes, there's a little bit on the front right, or sorry, the front left of my heart. It's not quite beating as well as it's supposed to.
What, you got like AFib or something?
It's a very, very, very minor, he put it that way, very, very minor thing. He's going to do an echocardiogram just to check. But no blockages that he can feel, through just regular pulse stuff. Pulse was good everywhere he checked, including when he stuck his hand down my pants, which I wasn't expecting, but I was okay with. He was a handsome man with soft hands.
It was just weird when you asked him to do it the third time.
He said no. I was like, oh,
But I wasn't finished.
I'm paying. We're driving home, and Lady Monkey goes, did he put his hand down your shorts? I'm like, yes, honey. He goes, above your underwear? I'm like, yes, honey. He was just checking the femoral pulse there.
See, I would just look at him and be like, you put your hand down my pants, I bet you'll feel nuts.
Yeah.
The worst part of it is when he checked the right side, it was no big deal, but he did the left side and it tickled, so I laughed. And it was this little kind of this little girlish giggle comes out, like a grown man with his hand down his pants, and I'm giggling like a schoolgirl. Yeah, that's not a good look.
It's like junior prom all over again.
Indeed. It's just like being in third grade. No, so yeah, everything looks good, and that's a major worry off my mind, so that's awesome.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And even if it does turn out that it was a heart attack, it was so mild that he's not even worried about it. I mean, he's like, he said, don't worry about like exercising or anything. He said, I see no reason for you to take any limitations. I was like, cool.
You're like, exercise? Don't worry about exercising as in I don't have to do it, right?
Well, no, because he goes, you should do some exercise. Walk 30 minutes a day, 5 times a week. And so tonight I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do what he said. I'm gonna go for a walk. And I asked Lady Monkey, so you want to go for a walk for me? And we go for a walk down my road, which is never a good idea because if you're going down my road, it's all downhill. Coming back up my road, it's literally all the way uphill till you get to my house.
So was she like, is this for the insurance money? What are you doing?
Well, we get about halfway through and I'm like, okay, I have to turn back. My legs are just hurting too bad. If I'm going to make it home, we got to turn back now. And I probably should have done that about 10 minutes earlier.
Yeah, you want to do that before it starts hurting, Monkey.
Yeah, live and learn, or don't, because I'll fuck that up again, I'm sure.
Yeah, do what you got to do.
But I got a nice walk in, and yeah, I'm trying to live healthier.
Why?
Because believe it or not, I do want to be around for quite a long time, if for no other reason than to annoy you, Theo.
Oh, yeah, that's actually a respectable goal.
That fucking cocksucker.
Nut says have somebody waiting with a car at the bottom. She actually offered. I'm halfway up our driveway, and she offered to go get the van to bring me back up. I'm like, I'll make it.
I love how I know this is serious.
It's true. It's a real thing.
I
Honey,
love
I'll go
that.
get the car.
In my head, it was super sarcastic. Do you want me to go get the car?
No, remember I told you the basketball went all the way down the street the other day?
Yeah.
I went and got it myself. And again, that's that same goddamn street, long ass walk. I get to the bottom of our driveway, and my son and my wife like, we could get a car to come pick you up. I'm like, I
We'll
can
call an
make it.
Uber.
Oh man, we need a monkey Uber just to get me up my driveway. But no, so that turned out really well, and I'm very happy for it. And thank you to everybody for the well wishes and all the positive comments, because I did put that on Twitter, and very many of you were very, very happy to me. Or that did not come out right. You were very kind to me. Thank you so much for that. Gentlemen.
Where?
I was gonna say, who are you talking to? I just got done using the word cocksucker. How does that make me a gentleman?
Well, we are classy folk.
We're classy. We're not gentlemen, though.
I was trying to be nice. Monkey needs a golf cart. No. Monkey abuses golf carts. You ever driven a golf cart? They are fun to drive.
Oh, they're awesome.
And yeah, Monkey's not allowed to play with golf carts.
When I worked security, Army Corps of Engineers came in because they had to do some groundwater testing. And they left this Gator, which is like a John Deere high-end golf cart, basically, with like all-terrain wheels. And my coworker brought in a gallon of gas, and we just drove that thing around for like 6 hours.
Yeah, I live in the middle of nowhere. I know what a Gator is.
Yeah, those things are awesome.
Those are like Lamborghinis up here.
Right?
Keldrick, thank you. You should find a way for your account to be run by a bot in the case of your expiration. That way you can annoy Eufio from beyond the grave. Fair enough.
So it'll just become a mantle. It won't even just be you. It's somebody imitating you forever and ever.
Yes. just keep coming.
You're the Dread Pirate Monkey.
I want that to be a thing. Somebody make that a thing.
That would be awesome. I can
Chris,
do that,
if
man.
you're listening.
All you really got to do is turn the top part of my head black and put some lines on it for the wrap.
Now they got to give you a full body and everything.
I could do that too. Anyhow, so guys, I did sleep today, and apparently bad shit happened because the House decided to go ahead and pass that stinker of a debt ceiling bill. Jesus.
I warned you about sleeping. No good ever comes of you falling asleep.
Can I just say this at the outset? McCarthy is such a pussy.
Yep.
Such a fucking pussy. You had these guys by the balls because they have to get this done. The Republicans would get blamed for some of it, but this is on Joe Biden's shoulders. They've made this a major push, and if he couldn't get that done, then it's a big stain on him. And what did you get for that? If the CBO numbers are correct, 1.6 trillion over 10 years.
Yeah, and that the CBO is never accurate.
No, they always overestimate how much savings there will be. So, and in doing so, what they did is suspend the debt limit for until 2025, so Biden doesn't have to deal with this again before the election.
Yeah. Well, I mean, McCarthy just showed what a piece of shit rhino he is.
No shit. Look, I understand compromise. I understand this was gonna happen. We talked about it. I'm actually surprised they did get any concessions, if I'm being honest. But I don't think they really got concessions because, I mean, the only thing that you can point to that they can wear as any kind of badge is they did get the IRS funding retracted. The funding for the
bank, big deal.
Yay! That was the big spending in the fucking.
They could have done that in appropriations bill.
Yeah, absolutely, they could have. But no, you bent over and let this guy ram it right up there dry. He didn't even spit on it, you know.
Well, they mean nothing to him, so.
Yeah, at least spit on it. Come on, you're gonna cause bleeding. Keeverdam, thank you. Riff Tracks was the game played earlier. So yeah. Behind, my apologies. I don't have to apologize for behind.
No, that helps me because it would bother me forever if nobody actually mentioned it. Because I'd be sitting here thinking in my half inebriated state, going, "The fuck did I play for like 2 hours. What the hell is it
You
called?
could have just looked it up on Jackbox.
I could have, but I don't do that because I'm not smart enough for that.
Wait.
Just lazy. That's not.
You looked up major boobage, but you wouldn't look up the Jackbox game.
I had to be sure I was right about that. Okay, that's a moral principle right there.
That's fair enough. Fair enough. House passes bill to raise the debt ceiling, and there's Speaker McCarthy in all his glory. By the numbers, more Democrats in the House voted for this than Republicans did.
Yep, I saw that.
More Democrats voted for this. McCarthy negotiated, I guess would be the word. I mean, if you call it a negotiation.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it a negotiation.
It makes sense that the Democrats voted for it. It's what Biden wanted, so of course they're going to.
Yeah.
But Jesus Christ, man. The House on Wednesday night passed a bipartisan bill to suspend the debt ceiling, overcoming vocal opposition from conservatives and liberal lawmakers, and bringing the country one step closer to avoiding an economy rattling default ahead of next week's deadline. Dun dun dun.
Oh,
Economy. I'm going to start calling it that.
Economy. I really enjoy watching video game footage because so many of those guys mispronounce things worse than I ever could. I know that's a side tangent, but if you ever see gamers and you'll hear so many of them say the word melee, I'm like, what the fuck is a melee?
That's something you mispronounce when you're like in like 5th grade.
No, these motherfuckers are clearly in their 20s, 30s, and sometimes 40s saying melee. Anyhow, and there's so many different ones where they just screw up words constantly. I'm like, please fix that. Passing the Fiscal Responsibility Act is a crucial first step for putting America back on track, McCarthy said on the House floor Wednesday. It does what is responsible for our children. This motherfucker actually invoked for our children.
Yep. Well, he's trying to pretend he actually did something, and he didn't. But he's got to make it look that way to save face. Say, oh, you don't like that, Mr. Biden? Okay, I'll stop.
I did it for the kids. What is possible in divided government and what is required by our principles and promises? Sir, you have no principles. Your principle is I want to be Speaker of the House, and it never went beyond that. Please stop pretending any differently. Am I wrong?
No.
Yes, it may not include everything we need to do, but it is absolutely what we need to do right now. Sure, whatever. This is what they did to us, guys. I will throw this link into chat. It goes over a little bit more of what's in the bill. Supposedly, there's austerity measures if they spend past a certain limit. They'll cut some. They'll cut a little bit. You see, what they'll do is an across the maybe an across the board cut to all spending. If they spend too much. I'm not making that up. That's what it says. Maybe.
Not likely, but maybe.
So basically, they have a blank check till 2025.
Yep.
And then what happens? Then you have to have another debt ceiling fight because at that point, the debt ceiling is so fucking out of control that you have to do it again. And then they'll save us what? $2 trillion over the next decade, as we're spending more than that in every single year. We're so overspending by more than that every single fucking year. Oh, I hate these people. All right. I don't care much more about that other than to point out that McCarthy's a twat.
Real quickly. Thank you, Frosted Glass. My favorite game streamers who mispronounce words are a bunch of guys out of Little Rock. They call it the Arkansas 15.
So this the game we were playing. You can put in these words get put to text to speech when the round's over and you get to judge which was funnier. And somebody put AR-15 in one of their answers, and the text to speech thing said Arkansas 15.
Nice. Well, I mean, AK. Well, no, AR.
They put AR.
AR,
Yeah, that's why we were laughing hard. It's
That
like,
would be,
what?
Isn't that Arizona?
Yeah, it's Arizona.
Because Arkansas is AK.
Mhm.
Huh. All right, fair enough.
It's so good though.
Somebody needs to write Jackbox and tell them to fix that shit, or whoever did the text to speech thing. The Alaska 47. Oh, AK is Alaska. What's Arkansas?
Oh yeah, AK is Alaska. Arkansas is AS.
AS isn't one. AR is Arkansas.
Arizona's AZ. Yeah, there
AZ.
you go.
Okay, there we go. All right. Look,
Glad we got that all cleared up.
I don't live in any of those states, and I don't really care. I know Michigan is MI, which is kind of funny because it only has one eye. Mississippi has 2 eyes, 3 eyes, 4 eyes. Yeah, and they are MS for some reason.
4 eyes. Mississippi, you nerd.
I
miss this glasses, bitch.
Goddamn children. I'm the grown-up tonight. Oh my god.
This is great.
There's never a grown-up here. What are you talking about? The audience is the grown-ups.
That's fair enough. That's true. You should learn all state postal abbreviations in grade school. Why?
I did, and then I forgot them because I don't need them.
We didn't learn that.
What am I mailing a letter?
Exactly. I'm not mailing any fucking letters. And if I need to, I'll look that shit up.
Look, I don't even know what the other 8 states are, or 7 states that Obama created. The 57 states or whatever that he talked about.
Was it he'd been to 56 and he was going to one more, or is it 57 and going to one more?
I thought it was 57 and going to one more. I don't remember.
Either way, yeah, we got some states out there that nobody knows of. Although, in fairness, he did take us into a state of confusion for a while. The audience is the grown-ups. Don't put that shit on us. Fair enough.
Stargazer, you're the adult. Sorry.
No, well, yes.
I don't.
You got to play mom tonight. Sorry. State of poverty. Yeah, there's 2.
Yo, speaking of that, I'm having a fundraiser today because one of my local comic shops just put out 8 new long boxes of dollar bin comics, and they said if I spend $100, I could get them for half off.
Damn.
So I'm doing a fundraiser because I need money now.
I need money. I can't stop streaming for like the next probably 3 months, 24/7, 7 days a week, because I got my hospital bill today. Ouch. Oof. Now, the hospital bill I expected, right? But I got my ambulance bill.
Oh, that's where they get you.
I'm gonna whine about this because
ambulance bills.
I go into the hospital, right, and they check me. I had not had a heart attack within at least 7 days, including that night. But they wanted me to go stay overnight so that they could do the stress test first thing in the morning and make sure, things were looking okay. And we asked him, can we just drive down there? And like, oh, no, they won't admit you if you do that. You got to go by ambulance. You got to. So I'm forced to take this ambulance ride. They don't give me any IV. They don't even check my blood pressure or anything. I'm not hooked up to any machines. I'm just on a gurney. It's a really loud, stinky taxi cab.
Yeah.
It cost me $880.
Yeah, that sounds right.
For a 12-mile ride.
Mm-hmm.
12 miles. And a big portion of that was their mileage charge. You know what the fuck they charge per mile?
Oh, it's insane.
$12 a fucking mile.
Oh, that's actually cheaper than what I've paid for that before.
The ambulance had its own cost, which was just over 600, and then the mileage was like 200 and something. Like, I wouldn't care as much, honestly, if I had a heart attack, within that last 7 days. Or
now that you didn't.
No, even then, because I was annoyed then, but they said they wouldn't admit me if I didn't go by ambulance.
That's stupid.
And Lady Monkey was incredibly worried, so there was no way I was going to miss that because she would have not slept at all. And so, like, yeah, I'll do the right thing. I'll go get this done. But fucking Jesus Christ, my ambulance ride was $25,000. What'd you do? Go by helicopter? They drive you all around the country?
They're on vacation together.
Oh, man. There was the Griswolds. They were heading out to Wally World. So yeah, fuck medicine, man. It's hard to defend, the medical practice at all when they do stupid shit like that. Like, we're gonna force an $800 bill on you, well, $900 bill on you. It's a 12-mile trip. Even if I had a heart attack in the car, Lady Monkey could have got me somewhere safe pretty quickly. She has a lead foot. We'd have been there in 5 minutes anyway. So, fuck these guys. And yeah, I didn't have to pay for it, though. I'm glad you didn't, man, because that's fucked up. So, there's other things I want to talk about tonight. Specifically, Diablo comes out tomorrow. So the rest of the show is going to be dedicated to that.
Don't you sigh over there. I don't sigh.
I don't get a play.
No, it does come out tomorrow. So there will be a show. I just can't tell you when.
There's not going to be a show.
It breaks.
It'll be a half hour, and you're going to be like, oh, the crack.
It breaks at 7 p.m. So I will be playing at 7
Do a lead-up show. Let's do like an hour before the show. Distract yourself.
I'll probably be playing Ark until then because I probably won't be playing Ark for a while afterwards. So I got to get some of that in. Plus, I have a lot of things coming up in the next couple of weeks where I won't be able to actually play very much at all. So it'll be interesting.
I mean, that's not what your Craigslist ad said. You're going to be playing a lot.
Well, it doesn't use the word playing. It says tickling specifically. Thank you.
I like the classy bit about the tarp.
That's what my doctor saw. He saw that tickling part. I got to talk about this one, guys. Donald Trump took a swipe at Kayleigh McEnany.
Yeah, I know. I was actually really disappointed by that.
And it was a stupid swipe. It's dumb as shit because she wasn't wrong.
It was pointless.
So this is what
a pointless attack.
This is what do they call it over there on Truth Social? Truths Out?
I don't know.
I've never been to Truth Social. At least not that I remember.
Kayleigh Milquetoast McEnany just gave out the wrong poll numbers on Fox News. I'm 34 points up on DeSanctimonious, not 25 up. While 25 is great, it's not 34. She knew the number was corrected upwards by the group that did the poll. The rhinos and the globalists can have her. Fox News should only use real stars. Sir, Kayleigh made you look good. All right?
Yeah.
This is such an unnecessary attack to go on. By the way, when I saw this, which was several hours after he posted it, the poll had not been corrected. It still said 25%. Frosty Glass, thank you. So you're the cripple tickler on Tinder. Maybe.
Yeah.
Faithless says
Tinder.
petty. Delahaye says unnecessary. Yeah, why? Why take a shot at her?
Yeah, he's just lashing out, and it's not a good look. This is going to backfire spectacularly on him because most Republicans seem to really like her because she was super prepared.
I'm wondering if it's not some sort of little op,
I've never heard anybody conservative Republican on that side of the fence who has had a bad thing to say about Kayleigh. In fact, she was kind of a rock star at the end of his administration there.
Yeah. Yeah, and she seems like she's a really nice lady. Her sister is super hot. Hit me up. Sorry, I was thinking something different.
Well, hey, she can't slide into your DMs unless you follow her, so.
I do follow her.
Oh, okay.
From 500 yards, Mr. Lawyer.
Yep.
Self-inflicted wounds. Yeah, it's just weird. And over 9 percentage points, I mean, I get it. He's a very egotistical man and all. But he could have done this like, hey, she got the number wrong. It's actually this.
Yeah.
And instead, Kayleigh Milquetoast. What the fuck? She wasn't milquetoast when she was defending your fat ass.
Yeah, he has a real problem of just lashing out, and it's not a productive thing to do when somebody like that you want back on your side when if you get reelected. That's somebody you want to put back in your cabinet, and you can draw her away from Fox News.
Having her as a surrogate is a good thing.
Absolutely.
And you just take an unnecessary shot at her for this. All right, whatever, I guess. Look, Mr. President, I don't mean to tell you how to do your job here, but when it comes to the PR game, she's better than you are. She just is. She has a much better command of the English language, for one. She tends to come more prepared. Do you think he actually types this stuff or someone else? Donald Trump is the one politician I am positive always types for himself.
No, absolutely. Just the way it's worded tells you that he did that, because it sounds like he writes like he talks.
Yeah.
He has an interesting sentence structure, so he's kind of like the Yoda of politicians.
Yeah. That's a great analogy. I'm totally the best Yoda too. Best I am.
My home wasn't slimy or a mud hole. It was beautiful, pristine.
It was huge.
It was a huge gold toilet, just like Trump Tower.
And I drained that swamp. Anyway, that's such a cheap joke. Anyway, I just don't understand why you would take this shot. It's dumb. And then he swears he's not on Twitter anymore, but there's an account that is clearly Trump aligned that made this long thread about DeSantis yesterday.
Oh, was that Trump War Room?
Yeah.
That's one of his friends, I think, does that, or one of his little lackey people.
And they came out and take a shot at DeSantis because DeSantis hit at Ray and the FBI director, guys, Christopher Wray. And I was making sure the audience knew. The Trump team shoots back with, now you're saying that when you voted for him, Ron DeSantis was in the House of Representatives. He doesn't vote on confirmations. There's things to hit DeSantis for. Why go after shit that doesn't make any goddamn sense? And
because
why?
Shut up.
And why Why would you take Ray's side? Christopher Wray is a shitbag. And what you should go is, I don't agree with DeSantis about a lot, but he's right. Christopher Wray was a fucking mistake. We both made a mistake because he did come out. DeSantis came out publicly supporting him. He just didn't vote for him. We both got that one wrong. There you go. Because all you've done now is made it so people go, oh, DeSantis got that wrong? Well, who nominated him?
Yeah.
Who nominated him, Mr. President? Ugh. He's making so many weird mistakes here. And I have a theory. When he runs in 2016 and in 2020 to some extent, he didn't really have a record. And while he had a record in 2020, a lot of his record, we didn't get to see the longer term effects of, like, keeping Christopher Wray in there. Now he does. And because of that, when he tries to pull some of the stuff that worked for him in especially 2016, going after people, for being shitbags, he's got a lot of that same stink on him. He can't criticize anybody for supporting Wray when he's the one that fucking nominated him. You made him FBI director, shithead. And you know what, Mr. President, I'm going to give you the best advice you could have. Give Kaylee whatever she wants to quit Fox News and come be your spokesperson. And you just shut up and let her handle that part of it. Because, God damn, man, you keep sticking your foot in your mouth. Kaylee wouldn't have let that shit happen.
That's a big, beautiful foot. The best foot ever.
The best foot. It's the best foot. It's a huge. Just like my wiener. Don't listen to that Stormy Daniels lying bitch. Oh, Christ. I want a good knockdown, drag-out fight, but I want it to at least be intelligent.
This is politics. This is an intelligent fight.
There's good things to hit Ron on. There really is. And there's good things to hit Trump on. But these two idiots, it's like watching Nick Fuentes have a boxing match with himself. There's just gay punch after gay punch all over the place.
Yeah, they need to stop attacking each other. It's counterproductive.
You know, in honor of Pride Month with McCarthy and Biden on the cover, I was going to, paint a rainbow flag in the background and just write "so gay" across the thumbnail. But I thought I might get in trouble for that.
Probably.
I mean, we could have got away with it on Rumble, but I don't think YouTube would have appreciated. And that was gonna be pro Pride. I'm happy for that couple. I'm glad they've gotten together in their old age to hump one another.
Ew.
Gross.
Do you think they cup the balls?
Yes.
Probably.
They're not savages.
You're a savage if you don't cup the balls. I see. I like mine to hang free.
I want mine to be warm.
No. Just leave them alone. Don't mess with my balls. They're mine. I don't really want to talk about that one right now. I don't care. And that one I don't care about either. All right. So that's everything I brought for the show. And I mean that sincerely. I had nothing else planned. Well, I mean, if we have other stories, that's cool. We can definitely take a look at them. But most of what's going on now is just kind of, we're still in that holding pattern. And I figured most of what we would talk about, because it is that time of year, guys, it is officially Pride Month.
Bum, bum, bum.
Pride is here. And Pride is here, and everybody's queer. Whether you want to be or not, because it's Pride Month. Pride. I know I'm not the only one that's tired of companies coming out and telling us how much they care about gay people once a year. I'm just waiting for what company's going to fuck it up the worst this year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the classic has got to be the Skittles, where they went white supremacist with their fucking Skittles.
They got me to stop eating Skittles for quite a while because of that crap.
There's only room for one rainbow in Pride Month.
Yeah, the white rainbow.
The white rainbow. You would think somebody at the company would have at least went, can we make them black? So, make them all brown.
This commercial's really weird. Is that just clips of Triumph of the Will playing over that? I think it is. There's a swastika. I mean, I don't know.
I actually love this time of year for that. I love watching these companies fall all over themselves to just blatantly pander. Like, okay, we got to talk about the financials on this real quick. Gay people make up a high estimate 5-ish%, maybe 8% of the population. And for a whole month, you cater just to that population?
Yeah, I, for one, welcome Inuit season.
That would be like literally doing all your advertising only to Asians.
Sexy Asian. I'm okay with that.
No, only the Asian males.
No, not advertising, selling Asians. Targeting them as your only audience.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I do target them.
Less than 3%. It depends on what metric you go by. I'm going by the higher ones just to nobody can say that, oh, Monkey downplayed that. No. I even went to the highest one that I've seen.
Downplayed it.
Now, if you throw in the new trans movement, they're still not going to buy your stupid products because they know you don't actually care. By the way, what a weird way to buy stuff. I hate Skittles, but now I'm going to buy a whole tub of them because they're only white.
In retrospect, I should have bought like thousands of those.
Fair enough. You probably could have sold them at an America First rally.
Yeah.
Good
market.
Triple the price.
Yeah, exactly.
Get your alt-white Skittles here.
No, you have to put them where a black light will find them.
Oh, yes.
So I'd be like, Cummy Pellets, endorsed by Nick Fuentes.
Australia's worse now. We have 2 months, January and February. Well, they're trying to move us to an entire season. They have the entire season now up there in Canada. It goes from June 1st through the end of September or to the beginning of September. I forget which. And we've seen that start to creep down here where it's Pride season.
Yeah, they want to claim summer as their own.
No, you can't have summer. If you want a season, you can have winter because it sucks anyway.
Yeah, it's full of white stuff, monkey. Come on, they're diverse.
And the Skittles, it's same color, so it's already
I'll
got
lose my Skittles in the snow. It's not going to work out.
It's got perfect marketing though. It's already born into it.
Frosty.
Alan, thank you so much for the donation, my friend. I appreciate it. Hope you're well. Even Chick-fil-A is sold out or said hold my butt. Well,
yeah.
Look, at least they didn't go. They're not going rainbow on us yet, right? They just went DEI, which is the path down that way. It'll be there soon enough. Soon enough, you'll have your pickle on your chicken sandwich will be a gay pickle, which I'm not putting in my mouth. I don't put gay pickles in my mouth.
It was probably already in somebody's
not your mouth. Yeah.
That's not where you put your gay pickle.
That's your butt pickle.
Most large corporations already have, yeah.
Sir, you have to put your dill in your pooter or we can't let you stay here. You have to go.
Do you think we're going to get to a point where they try to outdo each other with how much they care?
Probably, but I think it'll be more like it'll slowly drift till they have like Pedo Pride Month.
I wouldn't mind it so much if they did like Pride Day and then Pride Week and then Pride Month. You remember when like holidays used to have major sales, like a mattress sale on Veterans Day or whatever?
Yeah.
President's Day that always had the mattress sales, right? We don't even get set for Pride. It's just rainbow flags everywhere. And now I got to ask this. How is the trans flag so much gayer than the gay flag? Can somebody explain?
I don't know.
It would
put
really
that into
be
words.
so totally trans. Pastels. It is objectively gayer than the gay pride flag.
Real quickly, thank you, Alan, for the donation with no message. Hope you're doing well. Appreciate it, man.
I hope they all experience the Target Bud Light effect. I think they will. Well, not all, because they can't all, right? No matter how many folks want to boycott everything, that's great. But what are you going to buy? You can't go a full month without buying anything. I guess we'll have to start prepping like preppers do. Oh, fuck. Pride Month's coming. Make sure you stock up on toilet paper and Skittles. I mean,
those are the essentials.
Yeah, you just can't get all of it. So I guess if you make a big enough showing that it's going to hurt people. And look, if they want to celebrate gay people, I really don't care. I just have a problem with being at this. It's like Black History Month. Once a year, we care about Black people. Like, they're here all 365 days, right?
Yeah, it's just shameless, lazy pandering.
It is.
I don't know why people fall for it.
Because people want to feel special. They want to feel seen.
No,
that is one of the dumbest fucking things I've ever. I want to feel seen. Shut up. We see you. You look like an idiot.
No, yeah, we're not looking at you for a reason. You're weird looking.
Mm-hmm.
Weirdo. Stop being a weirdo and people won't treat you like a weirdo. That's why, like, you just walk down the street, some black dude, hey, what's up? But then you see somebody wearing like some weird purple mohawk and I don't know, like a onesie with a tuck job. And you're like, nope, not making eye contact with that one. They'll want to talk to me and tell me all about their Lord and Savior, the spaghetti monster.
I think that's very much a you thing, Jack, because I'll look at him and laugh out loud.
Nope, I'm their new best friend if I make eye contact.
Right. You have that freak
magnetism.
radar, yeah. I want to not be seen usually. Well, they don't really. Right? It's so weird because this is a dichotomy that I've noticed ever since I was a kid. You know, all of the individual people who are, you know, dressing like everybody else. And in this kind of instance, so it's like, I want to be seen. And then you pay attention to them and you're like, you're kind of fucking weird. How dare you judge me? What?
Well, you wanted me to see you. There you
are, can't weirdo. Be in public light and not be judged. That's not how it works.
Right.
Yeah.
Dax is napping. Dax isn't napping.
No, Dax makes poignant comments and hopes for a laugh. That's Dax's job.
It's a fact.
Now, I like being seen, but I actually mean it. I like having an audience. But not because of who I'm banging. You know what I mean? It's like the whole world has become a weird tabloid where we have to know who everybody is banging and care about it.
Yeah, except that tabloid is the Weekly World News.
I wonder if we went back to Weekly World News, say from the 80s and read headlines, how many of them would be like actual things now?
Or at least believable.
Oh, like, well, believable, definitely. My favorite story in there ever was that Chinese people were all going to jump on the same day at the same time
to
throw the Earth off its axis and spin us out into space.
They used to do this face of Satan appearing and everything, and it was always the same pillar of smoke. They just Photoshop it on a new image.
It was awesome. Now, the weird thing is every once in a while they would have a true story like the wolf people, the wolf kids.
Yeah. But it was just true enough.
Just true enough. There's some disease that causes you to be like, even Iranian people look at you and, God damn, you're hairy.
Yeah.
And because they had those two kids were like on Maury Povich one time or something. Mm-hmm. They did. They looked like little puppies.
Yeah, they had like the werewolf. The Wolfman look from the movie The Wolfman with Lon Chaney.
It looked like curly teen wolf.
Yeah.
But the rest of them, man, they were just fucking outrageous. Vampires running amok in New York City.
Yeah. Batboy was the best, though. Oh, I loved the exploits of Batboy. He was always up to something. That crazy kid.
Wasn't there a Lobster Boy, too?
Yeah, but the Lobster Boy is a real, like, freak show thing.
Okay. I miss those things, but I do wonder if we brought those out, you know, and just flip through them, how many of those stories, you know, like a whole high school switches sexes. You think that was ever one of their headlines? Or even back then they'd be like, nah, that's unbelievable. Throw that shit out. Write something a little more believable. Today we have Florida Man. We do. For those of you who did not grow up with the Weekly World News, you really missed out. I love buying tabloids to begin with because tabloids were the best reading anyway, but none compared to the week. They didn't even give a fuck. They made shit up. They tried to make it look kind of real, but they didn't give a fuck because they knew people bought this shit just to laugh at it. And it was wonderful because they sold it as real. Aliens.
Yeah, everybody that read it knew it was a joke unless they were really dumb.
Oh, you ever run into somebody who thought that shit was real?
Oh, more often than I care to mention.
Oh, they were the best. My stepmother insisted that John Kennedy was actually alive somewhere in South America because she read a story on it. And that story came from the Weekly World News.
Oh, I could beat that. I was watching a YouTube video about a UFO encounter, and their primary source was the Weekly World News.
Nice.
I was like, oh, dear God, nobody told you, did they, foreigner? Some British dude.
Did you guys see DOJ is investigating Jim Justice suspiciously after he announces his challenge to Joe Manchin? I didn't. I haven't looked at that at all.
I'm not surprised.
I did see the shit going on down in Florida. Ooh, I don't know if we can talk about that here on YouTube. We might have to have a shortened version on YouTube today to go talk about that. So Jim Paxton down there is getting his name's Jim, right? They decided to impeach him. He's the AG.
Are you talking about Texas?
Oh, what did I say?
Florida.
Oh yeah, Texas. My bad.
Yeah.
Down there in Texas, Paxton is getting impeached. Or sorry, not impeached. Yeah, impeached. That's the right word. And he comes out the other day and he doesn't. Ken Paxton, thank you. He doesn't give a fuck, and he just lays out some words we're not allowed to say here about elections.
Yeah.
And things that happen during elections. And Jack, do you have that video handy? Because I know you had shared it.
I will pull it up.
Can you throw it? We can't watch it, but could you throw it into the chat for these folks?
But of course.
Yeah, he just drops dime on the whole situation. And oddly, Jack, nobody picked up on this story.
Yeah, it's weird how that happens.
Shocking.
All right, it is in both chats now.
Check out that video, guys. It's not one we can talk about because we are live on YouTube, but he don't give a fuck no more.
Did you see the more terrifying video that I retweeted?
Which one?
Hold on. The last link.
Oh, let me see. Oh shit, you got links over there. What is
Must be
this?
A day ending in Y.
Indeed. Well, when I looked last, oh dear Christ.
Yeah.
Why is he doing that?
Who?
Carrying that RPG like that?
I don't know.
Probably because they have no educational system there.
Oh my god.
Not Bill Paxton. He's dead. That is a Mexican drug cartel member carrying one of our anti-tank rockets.
Probably bought from Ukraine.
Probably nothing. You know it was bought from Ukraine.
It was given away by the CIA. Calm down.
Yeah, probably. I don't rule that out either. We did have some good news, though. Jared Bosley, one of the South Dakota farmers that I mentioned yesterday or the day before, that was bitching about the guy wandering around from Summit Solutions, surveying his land so they could eminent domain it.
I heard about that.
Yeah, this is a story that nobody's really talking about out of South Dakota. He just won the next stage of his lawsuit.
Good.
Awesome.
Because I'll read the tweet that Greg Price put up because I think this is super important for property rights. A company called Summit Carbon Solutions is filing an eminent domain lawsuit against Bosley to build a carbon capture pipeline through his property. Surveyors came onto his property without permission and they falsely accused him of threatening to kill them. He spoke to them for 6 seconds on speakerphone. He also has a surveillance system, by the way. They then filed for a contempt of court charge that would have prevented him from being on his property when the surveyors come back, but the judge ruled against them today, and he had 50 landowners show up in solidarity.
Wait. They were trying to get him kicked off his own land while they survey it?
Yeah.
Fuck right off.
They're going to eminent domain it anyway.
They are, yeah, of course.
So why wouldn't they? But yeah, that goes to that thing we talked about the other day. I'm going to drop that link because the string of tweets is actually very interesting, and this is a major property rights thing that.
What the ever-loving fuck is a carbon capture pipeline?
Oh, you should go to the website. It's funny as shit.
Yeah, it's sort of like a pipeline of chocolate. You know, it's not something that probably really exists. It's just they're burying CO2 in the ground. I don't fucking know. But I want to thank Evolved Potato for sharing that tweet with me.
Well, I honestly, I don't understand what that even is.
Well, it doesn't even matter so much the fact that they want to build the pipeline. It's the fact that they want to eminent domain it as opposed to being able to build under it, which they've done in other circumstances and other places. They're just fucking with this guy for some reason.
Well, they're fucking with a lot of people over there.
Oh, in that area, yeah. In that area is royally screwed.
They're looking at like, upward of 100 farms at least that they're going to eminent domain. And these guys were told they could just wander wherever they want. They've gone onto people's property with armed security guys and just walked into people's houses.
Oh, fuck, man, get off my property. Look, even with eminent domain, you don't have to take the entire fucking farm.
No, but they're probably going to because they're going to get it for pennies on the dollar. They're not paying it for the value of a farm. They're paying it for the value of the land.
Right.
which is different. So they're getting a significantly lower amount. This is the same shit they're doing in the Netherlands, except these guys are running a pipeline. So they're just going to seize a bunch of functional farms and put a pipeline through it so they could run it to Iowa.
I just don't understand why you would need a carbon capture pipeline. It's not like carbon capture would get enough that you're having to run it. It's not like opening an oil well.
Oh, no, but it's a scam. It's just like carbon credits. You know, you do all this shit so you can get a bunch of government grants forever. So they're going to do this because it's part of the green energy initiative nonsense. It's a giant scam to take people's stuff.
Well, not just that. I mean, you close down the farms, you have so much of this. Guys, the climate crisis bullshit, it's more than just SUVs. Oh, that's what we joke about the most. One of the things that they have been targeting for decades is farming. Farming causes all the problems. You got cow farts, and do you realize how much it takes to run a farm? All the fossil fuels that are used to just make one cow.
John Kerry is pushing this here in the States because he wants to match up with net zero, because we can't do it with the way we run farms now. So get rid of more farm equipment, get rid of more cows and cattle in general. But we have to get used to a lower standard of living and get ready to eat the bugs, you fucking bitches. Also, real quick, I got to grab these things before they get away from me. Thank you, Keldrig. Pride Month should be called Lust Month. That's the more appropriate of the 7 deadly sins. Accurate. Furthermore, July should be Wrath Month, and normal people should be allowed to tar and feather the people who are annoying in June.
There you go.
I'm on board with this. And thank you, Circus Zero. Happy overnight felon day. Just waiting for a knock at my door any day now. Fuck the ATF and the NFA. Oh, yeah, the pistol brace thing goes into effect. Well, you better go fishing.
You said South Dakota, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We do a lot of farming up in South Dakota. You know, those states up there, South Dakota, North Dakota, Montana, there's a lot of flat land up there that's used for ranching and just your other kind of farming. Somebody mentioned you can't be vegan and get rid of farms. No. See, you're missing the point. You get rid of the farms until all you have left is some crops that no animals. They want to get mostly rid of animal farming, because even though it would take a lot more to feed us all on soybean alone, they're convinced that it takes more carbon for every pound of beef than for a whole field of wheat.
And this is exactly what happened under Mao, because they have a bunch of intellectuals who think they understand farming, and they're going to go out and push the farmers out. You're going to lose that generational knowledge, and then you'll end up with a famine because these fucking retards don't know how anything works.
Animals graze on land that won't grow food crops. True. Look, I'm not saying these people are right. They're stupid. But these are the arguments. Trust me, I've argued with these people many, many times. They're dumb as shit.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're coming for the farms. It was the Netherlands, right, where they're specifically just shutting down farms. They're not even imminent domaining it so they can have a carbon capture pipe. Seriously, that is one of the dumbest fucking terms I've heard in my life.
I know.
They were like, we have to meet our carbon goals, and to do that, we're shutting down farms. That's all it was. It's not like we need that land for some other purpose. It's just you can't use it for farming anymore because that'll cut down on CO2.
Yeah, and then you're also never allowed to own a farm again.
Yeah.
Anywhere in the EU.
Great, isn't it? They are purposefully causing famine.
Yeah, you're causing generational loss of knowledge of how farming works, how to do it properly. And now you can force people to eat those bug farms that just so happen to have been developed right before this.
Climate, it's nonsense. It's all nonsense, you guys. If the world is heating, there's proof. No, there's not. There's not.
No,
I'm sorry.
It's a new twist on an old theme. If they just called the farmers kulaks, we'd be right back where in familiar territory.
We have seen more drastic warming, quicker warming throughout history, using their own goddamn samples to show it. Like, yeah, it's been worse, much worse, actually. And throughout human history, humans have been on the planet for estimated 200 to 300,000 years. And what, our last ice age was 12,000 years ago?
Roughly. Somewhere
it ended about 12,000 years ago.
Yeah, about 10 to 12. They're not real sure.
At one point where all of my American audience is listening from, you were either under ice or very close to a giant wall of it. And that all melted.
Was the big beautiful wall?
It really was. It probably looked like Superman's house.
Mexico paid for it.
And
it had mammoths on it. It
warmed up to the point where we actually can grow crops in North Dakota before there was any of this nonsense about global warming. And they're like, oh my God, it's going to warm up 0.1 degree. Fuck off. There's not even any proof that would be bad for us in the first place.
No, plants love CO2, by the way, which is considered now poisonous for some fucking reason. Also, dinosaurs really liked it hot because they were warm-blooded, so the earth can sustain life in the heat. And real quick, thank you, Evolved Potato. The terrorist government of Ireland, because they literally are run by terrorists, are forcing hundreds of thousands of cattle to be culled in the next few years. The farmers don't get a choice, but the daddy government says so. Do as daddy government says so. Yep. Exactly.
It was just last year where we were reading stories about all of the famine going on in the world. All of the famine. It's unprecedented. All this famine. The way we fix that is to have less food. Are you fucking retarded? Even if you wanted, okay, hear me out, guys. You want to get rid of the cow farms and stuff so that people will eat more vegetables and stuff because vegetables are better. You know what would help? More CO2 because the vegetables breathe that shit, you asshole.
Sounds like a trap. Nope. You're gonna eat the bugs, monkey, and you'll eat the little bug patties and your little 3D printed buns, and you'll enjoy it. And go back to your pod and behave. You're in timeout.
The only way I eat bugs is in my bologna and in my hot dogs like a fucking American. America. Cast one, thank you. Dinosaurs were because of massive super shallow oceans and abundance of HO2. Yes, massive animals are inherently warm, but they wouldn't survive today. I don't understand what you mean by they wouldn't survive today or being inherently warm. I would cuddle with a couple dinosaurs. They were cute.
I ain't having sex with those slee stack reptilians.
They have sex with it.
At least they're bipedal and they have normal sized arms.
I cuddle with my cat. I don't bang her.
Yeah, but your kitty cat is, look, reptilians are rapists. That's why they kidnap people in the night and probe them.
They're not reptiles. They're birds.
They're in cahoots.
Yeah, I don't see the difference. I make no distinction between birds and reptiles. They're all evil. Chickens are the most evil fucking thing on the planet. They are probably behind alien abductions and cattle mutilations.
They may be very evil, but they are tasty on a bun.
That just justifies the whole thing.
Yeah, that's why we put up with them, because they taste good.
Well, that's why we hunt them before they can conspire more.
That's right.
What about dragons, Mr. Jack?
I don't trust dragons either. They're there to steal your gold.
No, Jack, that's geese. No. Chickens are evil. Geese are shitheads.
Yeah, geese are just dicks.
Yeah.
They're like the juvenile delinquents of birds. They're always trying to start a fight, and they're always like, "This is mine." No, Retro. Dolphins are the ocean's rapists.
Funny part is that all fossil dino oil is 25,000 feet or deeper on average. You know what they found out? Because if you guys know anything about the 70s, they were like, we're going to run out of gasoline. All the oil's going to run out. And we actually now, we have more reserves that we know about than we've had, than we've used in history combined.
And it's not even like fossil fuels actually come straight from fossils. It's just this stupid term that they got connected to it and has nothing to do with nothing.
Yeah.
But,
Well,
you know,
there were, oil wells that have run dry. They go back a few years later, and you know what they find?
Oil.
There's oil.
They also have better refining techniques than they did even 30, 40 years ago, so they could get more out of it.
Come on. There Will Be Blood had the best refining techniques.
Nice reference.
Real quick, Keldrig, thank you very much. To stop lying to us, Monk, we all know you abuse your cat. I'm assuming you meant your cat. Eufio says so, and he's definitely not a weird fetal alcohol baby.
He's probably the only person in history that gave himself fetal alcohol syndrome.
His SBS was his own fault.
Yes. God, what a fucking retard.
Oh, man, I hate that guy so much.
Yeah, he
And I hate
came at
very
me
few
because I
people.
suggested my cat might kill a bird that tried to eat its food and told me that I obviously beat my cat.
What?
I obviously mistreat my cat because that's not how it should act around another animal.
Like,
I remember that. God, he's
yeah.
fucking retarded.
Come on, man. Like, you're just beating up a tard now.
Cats are the most proficient natural killer in the world. Of all of the animals we know about, cats kill best.
They've
And they do it
killed
for fun.
like 60 some species of insects just since they were introduced to the Americas.
Dude, they're such badasses that Australia's like, we got to do something about the cats. You
They're
have
gonna be worse than emus.
You have things in Australia that will kill you by looking at you, and they're like, fuck cats. That's how badass a cat is.
The Australians are just jealous because emus run away from the cats.
Right.
They're like, it's gonna kill me. It's hissing. Cats are badass. They are predators, granted, but you don't want to eradicate them because that's what happened last time somebody did that? They got the goddamn plague.
Yeah, you don't fuck around and get rid of cats.
Yeah, the Pope was like, oh, we gotta get rid of the cats. They're familiars for the witches. And the next thing you know, bubonic plague shows up. Good job, dickhead. Should have listened to the Egyptians and worshipped them.
Cats are the spiders of the animal world.
Yeah, except they're cute. Spiders are creepy.
Well, yeah, I'll give you that. But the reason I leave spiders alone is because they get rid of all kinds of other shit I don't want around.
As long as I don't see them, they're allowed to live here.
And that's what kitty cats do. Is like they get rid of diseased varmints.
Yep.
That's why I saw somebody the other day that were upset about the notion of a barn cat.
What?
Why? Those things are awesome.
Yeah.
If you have a farm, you have barn cats. Because they keep all the fucking mice and shit out of your farm and ruining your hay and your feed. Yeah, you want cats.
Keeps them out of your house too, because if you live in the country or anywhere where there's like, I live by the river, so I've got field mice and all sorts of things. There's mink down there, for God's sake. A cat coming through will take care of all that shit for you. Aside from squirrels, which he's been slacking on. Let him live in the garage. Yes, there's a new garage cat. He's black and he's not doing his job.
Give him time.
No, those squirrels. Fucking hate them.
They're probably friends.
Probably. They're probably paying him.
Thank you, Cas1. Pet cats made several species of bird extinct when a researcher went to an island. Also, desert pygmy cat has 98% hunt success rate. Looks like kitten too. Cats are badass, man. They are awesome. And yeah, don't get rid of cats. You're just asking for trouble. But yeah, this motherfucker, because I said my cat would, I think it was a duck even that was fucking with his cat's food. And the cat just kind of backed up. And I said, Phoebe would have fucked that bird up. You must abuse your cat then. And then he showed pictures of him walking his cat on a leash. And I'm like, go fuck yourself. walking your cat on a leash. That's mean.
I mean, it's certain cats like that sort of thing. Like, I think I could probably get Dante outside, and he'd be okay as long as he was leashed. He'd feel safe.
We tried to do that with Phoebe, and she was like, nope.
Most cats don't like it. That's something everyone should agree on. Is like most cats will fucking hate you forever.
Yeah, I have to go outside. Fuck that. That big room is scary. You know what? It doesn't have a food bowl in it either, and it doesn't let you pet me on command. So I'm staying in this little room.
Where the hell is my heater? I don't understand this. Why is the ground cold? Why is
ground's cold? The ceiling drips water occasionally, and there's strange moving boxes that are made of metal that try and run me over. No, thank you.
Keldrick says spiders are the spiders of the animal world because spiders are animals. They're bugs.
Are they? They're
arachnids.
They're arachnids.
They're in league with the octopus because they're aliens.
I wouldn't be shocked by that. People got a little weirded out by me bringing up that story about the octopus, where there's some solid evidence that octopus didn't start out on this planet. It's not like anything else on the planet. Literally no other animal. Where all of the rest of us seem to have some common ancestor. That's why the whole, theory of evolution is the way it is. Octopus are just like this ball of sludge that landed on our planet. And people are like, oh, that's like an alien. I wasn't even saying alien conspiracy. It's possible like a planet exploded and you had some, they got into like cryostasis and landed here, and they just landed in our ocean and thrived. But they're not from this planet. I'm telling you. Have you seen their green card? No. Just saying.
Oh, also, since they're related to squids have a beak. What underwater animal with any self-respect has a fucking beak? Think about it. That thing's not natural. It goes against God and man.
Maybe they're like ship rats on alien craft. It could be. All I'm saying is they didn't come from the Earth. I saw that story. It makes a lot of sense that they're not from here.
Yeah, they're space herpes.
Yeah. Nice reference.
Thank you.
What a fun movie. Anyhow, what the hell were we even talking about?
I don't know.
We were talking about Eufio the Cuck Lord.
I mean, that was the last thing, but that was a side tangent because somebody brought him up again.
Yeah, but I could yell about him for hours.
Oh, he's such an ass. Cast one, thank you. Except cuttlefish, mollusks, squids, and nautilus. No, there's something different about the octopus. I'd have to find the story again. Where there's something different about them in their DNA stranding. I don't remember it exactly. They're just not from here. I'm just telling you.
Here's a fun article on it, though.
You found an article about it?
Yeah, I found a Yahoo article right
away.
Look,
it's a squid or like octopi. It sounds like hentai. He knows all about it.
Fair.
Ken Baverstock, a medical researcher with the University of Eastern Finland, reviewed a paper. In his review, Baverstock stated there is indeed a lot of evidence that makes the thesis possible that they're aliens. I skipped way down.
Told you.
However, he said this isn't how science advances because so much of the evidence is not definite. This thesis only adds to the mystery surrounding the origin of life.
Which means we don't know, so we're going to poo-poo on the idea that makes the most sense. Whatever happened to Occam's razor?
I don't know.
I mean, our planet doesn't make a lot of sense to begin with.
No, it's a staging ground. We're obviously a colony that was forgotten about.
The South Park episode actually makes the most sense that we're a reality show and they took all kinds of things from other planets and threw us here to just watch what would happen.
So it's called Canceled.
Canceled, yeah.
Yeah, the article or the paper that was written is called "Cause of Cambrian Explosion: Terrestrial or Cosmic."
It's cosmic. They came from the other planet. I'm thinking they're from the Andromeda galaxy somewhere.
I don't know. The Andromedans. I would say the Pleiadians because they look like the type of people that don't clean their ships.
Maybe they're from whatever planet blew up and gave us our asteroid belt.
Krypton?
Yes.
Oh no, that was Mondas. Doctor Who reference for you old timers. So in this, I'm reading the abstract here. We review the salient evidence consistent with or predicted by the Hoyle-Rickham-Singh thesis of commentary cosmic biology. Much of this physical and biological evidence is multifactorial. One particular focus are the recent studies which date the emergence of complex retroviruses of vertebrate lines at or just before the Cambrian explosion of 500 MA. Such viruses are known to plausibly be associated with major evolutionary genomic processes. We believe this coincidence is not fortuitous, but is consistent with the key prediction of the HW theory, whereby major extinction, diversification, evolutionary boundaries coincide with virus-bearing cometary bioload bombardment events. Space rocks hitting the Earth, probably thrown from the moon by an unelectable retard. A second focus of I'm full of references.
Well done.
A second focus of remarkable evolution of intelligent complexity, cephalopods, culminating in the emergence of the octopus. A third focus concerns the microorganism fossil evidence contained within meteorites, as well as the detection in the upper atmosphere of apparent incoming life-bearing particles from space. In our view, the totality of the multifactorial data and critical analysis assembled by Fred Hoyle, Chandra Wickremesinghe, and their many colleagues since the 1960s lead to a very plausible conclusion. Life may have been seeded here on Earth by life-bearing comets as soon as conditions on Earth allowed it to flourish, about or just before 4.1 billion years ago. And living organisms such as space-resistant and space-hardy bacteria, viruses, and more complex eukaryotic cells, fertilized ova, and seeds may have continuously delivered ever since to Earth, so being one important driver of further terrestrial evolution, which has resulted in considerable genetic diversity and which has led to the emergence of mankind.
You know what? You just described the entire premise of Final Fantasy Spirits Within.
You're welcome.
It's probably where a lot of those games get that stuff from there.
Well, apparently part of this has been around since the 60s.
60s, yeah.
So
this was just them saying, hey, yeah, it is actually plausible.
Yeah.
I mean, we're finding the fossils in meteorites. You can't fake that.
If you want to deliver an invasion through putting them in giant rocks and delivering them that way would be a good way to do it. And maybe the octopus just evolved. It might have been like some kind of a more intelligent creature at one point, and then now we have its retard cousin, and they're going to come by and be like, oh my God, Earth's a trailer park.
You know what? It's exactly what happened. The pyramids were actually a phone home device like ET made, but it didn't work. The ship never came to pick them back up, and they just turned into the trailer trash of the ocean.
They had to make do. But we're overthinking this because all we had to do is remember Men in Black. The first alien he runs into is a cephalopod.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, well, see, the aliens did come, but they were like way too late. And instead of being like, oh, thank God you're here, they're welcomed with, hey, you guys. And they're like,
banjos playing in the background.
And that's why nobody comes here except the space rapists, because there's a buoy outside on the moon being like, don't go in, it's full of weirdos and retards.
They'll never tell nobody.
Yeah.
Wait, we found fossils in meteorites. That's what this story was alluding to, the fossil record of meteorites.
Yeah, they're talking mostly like small stuff. Because did you ever read about what happens to the staph infection in space?
No.
It started mutating out of control. Like they were like had to shut down the project. It was terrifying. So don't get sick in outer space, because apparently it's a great breeding ground for disease.
Oh, anyhow, so yeah, guys, what we're getting at here is that none of us actually came from this planet. We're all from somewhere else, and we landed here first, and the octopus are the are the that's going to get me in trouble. I can't say that on YouTube.
Yes, you can.
I was going to use a country of national origin. They're the undocumented of our oceans. That's what it is. We got here first, and then they tried to come in. Fuck them.
Hold on real quick.
This is a weird show.
Weird? We're like awesome. Thank you, Frosted Glass. Jack, I think you need to start a stream dedicated solely to animal bigotry, talking about how different animals are responsible for all the world's problems, even coming up with new slurs for different animals. My idea title, God Hates Squids. I like where your head's at, Frosted. I may have to do that. I have lots of opinions on animals. Most of them derogatory, because I don't really like animals very much, unless they're cute and fuzzy and let me play with them.
Just don't talk about animal husbandry.
No, husbandry. I'm not allowing no gay animal marriage. Thank you, Wolf Potato. You know what makes more sense than aliens? The most unexplored areas of our planet in the deep ocean, where we basically don't know anything about. Occam's razor would say the closer area would be more likely than the vastness of space. I would agree with you, but it's less fun. Also, I saw the ad for Meg 2, and they couldn't have survived that.
I disagree completely, and I'll explain why in a minute. Evolved Potato, thank you. How do we know we don't have it reversed? Maybe octopus developed on Earth and all other life form came from an alien world. It's possible. Here's the thing. You have a ball of rock just floating around in space. This molten rock is starting to cool off. And the theory is somehow primordial ooze just kind of popped up from the different chemicals floating around. I suppose that's possible. And then over billions of years, voila, Frank is talking to you on your internet right now. Sure. What would make a lot more sense than that is that a planet that somehow got life, I don't know how they got it, had exploded, and we're pelted with meteorites all the time. And like that article suggests, maybe all life that came here came on those. We were hitchhiking from elsewhere. And our ancestors, that's how we first got here, rather than, oh, look, life just came out of goo.
No, I have a response to that. Let me find it.
Oh, go ahead.
You have to prepare documentation for this.
There is an appropriate response to this, and it's just going to take me a minute to load it up here because it's a visual.
Oh, okay. Excuse me. Abiogenesis. This is proven. I'll have to look into that. As far as I know, they've never taken inorganic life and turned it into humans, or monkeys, or even octopus. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying we're cast off slavery, so it wasn't required anymore.
Probably was. I mean, look, I'm not saying that we were masters of our universe at the time and that Skeletor, was our bitch. But I think it makes a lot more sense that we all hitched a ride here.
Some of us had to do some unspeakable things for that ride.
And aliens.
It was aliens.
That's adorable.
I know, right?
I want that kitty.
I know, he's so cute. There's
the stutter eye.
Slightly different one. But I like the other one better because it's got the History Channel background in it for Sucralose. So it's just really low res though. That makes me sad.
Somebody needs to put that cat in a suit.
Right? Oh yes. Oh man. I'm not getting into the primordial ooze thing. I'm just saying, if that is a possibility, it just makes more sense to me. Occam's razor tells me that it makes more sense we landed here rather than just popped up. Man, we're all over the map tonight. If we're going to talk conspiracy theories, what are the good ones we got right now?
I don't know. I've had a lot of caffeine in the last couple hours, so yeah.
I mean, I got sleep today, but it was only like 4.5 hours. So I'm still, punch drunk from no sleep for the last week.
Sleep.
we always do pyramids. What's another good one? We can't do flat Earth because people get in trouble for that. Yeah. Giants. Oh, the theory of the giants. Because you've seen that one, I'm sure, Jack.
Oh, of course. Live in Ohio. They think the mound builders were giants. There's some kooks that wrote books on that you can actually buy at Serpent Mound.
Really?
You go to Serpent Mound in their gift shop, they have books about giants. It's fucking hilarious.
Fair enough. I haven't dug deep into that one, but isn't it something to do with like some skeletons that were found?
Yeah. They most likely were just skeletons of the Nordic people that lived in Greenland, because they probably came exploring down. They were explorers. Because there's been some stones turned up in like Minnesota that had rune writing on them. Mm-hmm. So most likely a lot of those skeletons were just like Norsemen. But all the skeletons have seemingly vanished. And of course they get exaggerated over time too. Like they went from like being 6 foot tall to like 18 feet tall and that nonsense. So it's something that's plausible that gets blown out of proportion by dum-dums.
Well, that's how the best conspiracies go.
Yeah. So they did unearth some large skeletons of tall people, and they were shipped to the Smithsonian. And apparently the Smithsonian lost them, or they claimed that.
Sure.
They claim they lost
That's
them.
my favorite part. They're just hiding them away.
Hey, I don't rule anything out. I saw Friday the 13th, the series. There's a vault for cursed items. If they can have that in Chicago, why can't the Smithsonian?
Those guys were not making enough money per year.
That's true.
Hollow Earth.
No, the density of the Earth makes a lot of sense when you run it against parallel like experiments and smaller objects.
Now, some kind of hollowness to the moon, there might be something to that. Not. There's people. See, this is one of those plausibility things, right, Jack? Mm-hmm. Where it is possible that there's some major cavernous shit in the middle of the moon, and they change that into it's a Dyson sphere. Like, what? It's an alien ship, you see? Like, what? No. We're just saying that there's a resonance that's given off by the moon, and it's true. I didn't know about this. Somebody brought this up to me in the in chat one day, so I went and looked it up. And yeah, there's a resonance that's given off with something hitting the moon that makes it kind of sound hollow inside.
Yeah, they knocked one of the landers into it, and it rang. But the moon probably is patchwork with all sorts of like caves and stuff because shit hits it all the time. Have you seen the surface of it? Stuff runs into it all the time. You're gonna end up with a bunch of caves.
Yeah, it's probably not an alien ship. Dixie Rose, thank you. Happy Go Barefoot Day. I support that day, actually. Thank you so much.
Now, it would be out of the realm of possibility that if you were an alien species that were monitoring us, you would have a base on the moon.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Preferably in or near a cavern just to protect you from objects striking the moon. So that's plausible.
Objects striking the moon and detection from the people that you're monitoring.
Yeah, obviously. And there's always the possibility like an alien spaceship could have hit the moon at some point. So that might be up there. I saw that on Transformers. So that makes it legit.
You can't ruin that conspiracy theory for me with your logic, Monk. I'm just saying. I like the idea of alien spacecraft and stuff. And I've never been one of those people like, there's no way. That's human arrogance is what that is. We haven't done it, so nobody in the entire universe ever could have.
Right? That always pisses me off. Like, well, I mean, you just can't build a rocket big enough. Who says using rockets, you dumb fuck?
Yeah, there's ways it could be done that we may have never even thought about, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, maybe they have cold fusion going on. Maybe they have like a space herpy running on a treadmill. I don't know.
We're barely figuring out self-driving cars. And you're like, nobody could have done it. Yeah, that's just human arrogance. So, yeah. I don't know. I hope aliens have been here. I really do. And I hope they took one look at us and just went, We're gonna put up some cameras and just watch this shit.
I hope somebody's watching us right now.
Yeah, it's hot. I mean, what?
The moon is 90% basalt, aka lava. Does that have something? Would that have something to do with like the hollowness or the sound of it being like that?
Maybe. Lava does have a lot of pock marks in it, so I'm telling you that it's probably got a bunch of interconnected caverns up there that just from being hit so many times you end up with just caverns everywhere.
Yeah.
It's made of scrap material, for God's sake. Oh, the Nazi bell. That's getting in the weeds. Then we got to talk about Kecksburg and the conspiracy theory there. That would be like 2 hours.
How long before we can fax an object and somebody says, "Isn't that 3D printing?" Kind of, yeah.
Huh.
But I think he means the object itself already made and then sent. I don't know if that's even a technology that could exist. The whole sending things through,
like teleporter.
Yeah, basically.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Sheo, thank you for the note. He said, "What about Mel's hole? You know, the bottomless pit." And
yeah, I think that's bullshit.
I don't know, man.
Has anybody ever gone down in that thing?
No, because it's an episode of Amazing Stories from 1986. That's what most people fail to realize. It's the entire plot of an Amazing Stories episode.
Is it really?
So there's no validity whatsoever?
No. It's the plot of an Amazing Stories episode. The guy called back later to try and add on to it because people were probably going to figure that out. So he just made it a little like stupider, and he got carried away with it.
You have a problem believing that, but you're on the Bigfoot thing. I'm shocked with that.
Yeah, I'm a complicated individual. What can I say?
Welcome
to Coast AM, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, not Art Bell, and my guests tonight are Jack and Dax, who are here to talk to you guys about all the crazy things going on in our world. Now, Jack, you were telling us earlier you've been raped by a Bigfoot.
No, it was a loving exchange.
Oh, okay.
There's a guy named Lapidus, I think it is. He's got like long gray hair and a ponytail, and he is a fucking weirdo. He talked to another weirdo, and they filmed it, and it was called the Psychic Sasquatch. And he claims he could psychically communicate with Sasquatches. And one of them offered to marry him and have sex with them. And he turned it down. I'm like, you're a creepy old weirdo. That was probably a bear in the woods that was like, this old guy's going to rape me. I'm out.
This guy was in somebody's yard trying to hump their dog.
Probably. Yeah, Psychic Sasquatch. Squatch. Yes, Faithless. But they're psychic. He can communicate with them telepathetically.
Why is it humans want to stick our dick in everything?
Just to find out?
I call that the Captain Kirk effect.
I suppose so.
He certainly didn't help anything.
I mean, well, at least his, it was just like a green woman or some shit. It was still a woman.
You don't know if she's made out of plant or something, and you're just basically screwing a Venus flytrap.
He didn't bang a tribble.
That we know of.
Know that. He had a whole bunch of them just rubbing on him.
Can't tell me he didn't like that.
Something definitely happened with the moon. I need to know.
I mean, there's a big crater on it, so yeah, something did happen. And that too. Goodbye, tides. Hello, stagnant waters.
The end of heat. We're going to love that CO2 when that shit happens.
Yeah.
We can push it back. We'll just put some big rockets on the other side. We'll have the Chinese all go up there and jump it once.
And they got to do it every hour on the hour.
Push it right back into orbit. Human beings obsessed with sex is the fact that we have the capacity to think about other shit than starving or disease. Well, we're not the only species that sticks our dick in other things. Dolphins, for example, they will rape anything that comes near them.
Yeah.
But humans have a distinct... I've never seen like a cat, walk up to a pen lid and start humping it because his dick will fit in there. You know what I mean? One of my favorite things. You ever see the show 1,000 Ways to Die?
Yes.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm not telling anybody to do this. Please do not do this. I'm not recommending to this. But apparently, if you go and get yourself an animal heart and hook it up to a 12-volt battery and stick your dick in it, it will give you a happy. Well, this guy wasn't getting happy enough, so he decided to hook it up to a car battery.
And now he's dead.
And my thought was, okay, when you told me the whole heart thing, I was like, who the fuck would do this? But somebody out there saw this and went, that sounds like something I want to do with my penis. What the fuck is wrong with us? Gentlemen, take better care of your penis. Just saying. And some of you probably need to wash it more too. Thinning the herd, sure. But why do we try to fuck everything? Oh. Stick to your socks and women, guys. You'll be fine. I'm pretty much asleep, but I'm happy to hear you're happy to hear all of this. I wanted to say hi real quick. Also, hello, chat. Hi, Angela. Hope you're well.
Hi, Angela. Welcome to the show.
You don't want to be listening to this one when you're really tired. You're going to have some fucked up dreams. Is it any wonder we have safety labels on everything? I guess. You have to put safety labels on beef hearts. Be like, don't stick your dick in this.
Well, or, if they have to put a picture of a toddler on a tote, then, you know.
They're going to have to put a little ampage recommendation on the heart. Like, do not hook up to a car battery if you're going to stick your wiener in this.
Maximum voltage allowed on dick.
Honey, I attempted to buy a cow heart at the store, and they just said it's labeled not a sex toy. You know anything about that?
Wouldn't that be great if that's on the nutritional label?
Do not insert rectally.
Oh, God. And you know what? That's not even getting into what you just brought up, the whole rectal thing. Why are you people putting stuff in your asses?
Oh, man. You ever talk to an emergency room and be like, what's the weirdest thing you ever found in a person's butt? That's a conversation worth having because they will tell you crazy shit. TV remotes. One lady told me about a box of gobstoppers because he wanted to try and fart them out. Like one at a time.
Oh, Captain says in that one, he hooked it up to a 110. Oh, was it a power supply and he plugged it in and killed himself? I could have swore it was a car battery, but I'll defer to your judgment on that one.
Either way, he fried his dick off and died.
Yeah, either way, he upped the power to the point he killed himself. Somebody should tell Antifa about
him. I don't know what you're talking about.
Somebody should tell Antifa about banging hearts.
That's true.
I just want them to be warned, not suggesting that they should do that to themselves, because I'm a nice person.
Yes, don't disguise it as their children's hearts.
Oh, God damn it. I just caught what you said there.
Because they're sex pests.
My sister was an ER nurse for quite a few years, and a lot of stories from her. Yeah, I imagine. What's worse, electrocuting your dick to necrosis or death?
Necrosis.
Same.
I don't know. That's a tough one for me because I really like my wiener. All right. Fuck. I don't even know where to go after that.
Oh, I do have some stories. So,
what stories we got? Is it stuff that'll go with what we've been talking about, or
I don't fucking know. What does anything go with what we've been doing here for the last hour?
I don't know, honestly. Like I said, this is a weird one, and it's a fun weird one, but it's been a weird one. I personally blame myself for that.
You're always the one breaking format.
No. You can't break format. The only way you can break format on this show is by having one.
I blame you for that.
Yeah, and I do too. And
who's
it's
line
not
is
so
it
much
anyway?
blame as credit.
Whatever.
No one wants to take credit for this.
Oh, but I do.
I blame older boys.
I have this need for attention, and this gets me it. I'm smiling really creepily right now. You can't see that, but I promise
We heard
you
it. No, we definitely heard it.
Yeah.
South Korea and the 69-hour work for men. What? I have no idea what that means.
That's like jumping into like the beginning of a conversation you don't remember having.
Don't piss on the third rail either. You know what? When those idiots were doing that protest and standing in front of those trains, I really wish they would have left the safety features off.
Right? Enjoy that third rail, dumb and dumbs. Because somebody's going to reach out and grab one, and then they're going to fry too.
Several people were right on it.
Yeah. Look, if they don't know by now not to do that, I don't know how they've survived that long in the city.
Just the term standing in front of a train tells me they don't care about their life.
Well, they're stupid, and they don't understand that trains take a distance to stop. They're not cars, because these are not smart people. We have failed them as a society, and that's why they're so stupid. So we have to let Darwin do his job, or we're just going to collapse the rest of civilization with them.
I like this episode. It's been fun indeed. I like these ones. Weirdest thing, a literal mortar shell. I saw a story about somebody who had one of those up their ass, and it was it was live.
Well, why would it not be?
It was really old. I don't know if this is the same one they're talking about. It was a really old one, but it was World War II mortar shell, I think. And some jackass stuck it in his rectum.
Well, like a piece of history fucking you from behind.
I want to know what it felt like to be grandpa for a minute.
Oh. Grandpa brought this back from the war in his anus. It's your turn, Billy.
When I said fuck me like a Nazi, that's not what I meant, Steve. Real quick. Thank you, Keldrick. So if someone were to hypothetically in Minecraft put a children's CPR doll in the Oval Office connected to a generator, you probably need a lot of new cabinet members.
Okay, I got to do this again. Damn it! I saw somebody today talking. They called Tara Reid a credible, or said Tara Reid had a credible story about Biden.
No, never say credible and Tara Reid in the same sentence unless you're saying it's a joke of some kind.
Yeah, or you're talking about alcoholism in the actress.
Right. We're not talking about that hot, dirty skank that used to be on TV. Which, by the way, I had a crush on her. She was
Josie and the Pussycats, man, had the 3 hottest women on the planet.
Yes. What a fun movie.
God, it was good. Alan Cummings is great.
I like her because she has that dirty. She's pretty enough, but she looks like she starts with ass to mouth. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like you'd have to talk Rosario Dawson into it, but Tara Reid just starting.
You're asleep when she starts.
You want to pat my butt? I'm wasted.
Oh, we're talking about the other Tara Reid, that horrifically unattractive woman who told a plausible story about Biden, about him once touching her neck lightly and commenting on how nice her legs looked. And this is in the 80s/90s when that wouldn't be out of the norm for the way offices might have run. And especially for Biden with the way he obviously touches people inappropriately.
I wonder how many affairs he had.
None.
Yeah, see, because you wonder if he'd take credit for having a lot of them, if he could, still remember any of it, or if he'd absolutely downplay it as like, no, I never did that.
No, if he had, that shit would have come out. One, he's not the smartest guy in the world anyway. But no, nobody wants to touch his. Even Jill doesn't want to fuck that guy.
I'm wondering if it goes worse than that, though. The younger age range at that time.
Maybe. But she takes this plausible story and nobody cares because nobody cares. And she changes it to one day she's asked to take a gym bag to him in the Senate gym. And he corners her in a darkened hallway and rams his fingers in her. And she's like, I don't really want to do this. And he walks away from her and he shakes his finger and says, you mean nothing to me.
Damn it, I shouldn't laugh because if it's true, I'm an asshole.
There's no way that's true.
Well, it'd be easy to check the walls to see if any of her goo landed when he shook his fingers. Because I'm assuming he shook the same fingers he just digitally penetrated her with.
If he didn't, then he missed an opportunity there.
Yeah.
And theoretically, I mean, you finger somebody with your dominant hand and you point with your dominant hand. So it was probably the same finger.
Unless you're weird like me, and I'm actually ambidextrous.
Well, you don't have a dominant hand then, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. It's still weird that you don't do more. I always get weirded out at myself. Just like, why don't I pick one and go for it? It's just like, because it doesn't matter to me.
Your hands are you're indecisive.
His hands are bisexual.
I mean, if your hair can be gay, then my hands can be gay, I guess.
Fair enough.
I mean, they treat me pretty goddamn good. I mean, what?
But yeah, her story makes no goddamn sense at all. And seeing people call it plausible, look, it is as plausible as E. Jean Carroll's story.
I don't believe anybody about
E.
any
Jean
of this.
Carroll's story is way less plausible.
I find them to be equally bullshit. Just nonsensical.
They're both bullshit, but they're not equally bullshit. I could see a senator fingering some chick and saying, you mean nothing to me. As opposed to and then we contort it into this weird impossible position in what is obviously a Law and Order episode.
That's all I could think of when you were talking about it. It's like, this sounds like a dumb Law and Order episode.
Well, the part that I left out about that is in her story, Tara Reid's story. She says for some reason that day she wasn't wearing panties. And the only reason to add that in there is because she was in the same basic position as Miss E. Jean Carroll when she was, imaginarily raped.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And this made it so it was easier for him to pop it right up in there.
Easy access.
You ever try to put your finger in a woman whose legs were together?
No.
Try it sometime.
No, I'm good.
I'm not Ethan Hunt. It's Mission Impossible.
The only way you can do that is if she's bent over.
As they should be.
And then she's going to mule kick you anyway.
Yeah, if they're standing straight up, you can't reach it properly. So either she doesn't know her own fucking anatomy or she's lying.
Well, I'm thinking maybe his hand got caught in her gravitational pull.
No, she was actually... Have you seen pictures of her from back then?
No.
She wasn't the fat, hideous chick she is now.
Oh,
she didn't age well.
Happens a lot. Right, Kelly McGinnis?
So, yeah, I just... Please don't back that woman. She's a dumbass liar, too. Hate Biden for the real reasons. Him sniffing kids and being a horrible piece of shit. Oh, speaking of that, did you see... We talked about Christopher Wray earlier.
I love our connections here. It's like Biden's a piece of shit. And this is the guy we're going to be talking about.
Well, no, this actually has to do with Biden.
Ooh.
Apparently, there's some paperwork out there regarding Joe Biden, not Hunter, Joe, and a confidential informant, and Joe secretly being paid off by foreign governments or working with them illegally.
Shock of shocks.
And who is it? It's not Dirt. Who the fuck is going after that? Somebody in the House is asking for it, and Ray has said no. He's not.
Yeah, they've been stonewalling that for weeks.
Well, they're now going to hold him in contempt of Congress. It won't lead to anything because DOJ has to prosecute that.
Yeah.
No, it's not Jim Jordan. Who the fuck is it? I forget it. Damn it. I should know this, but my brain's just a blank right now on that. But evidence of him as vice president basically doing what we've been telling you he did anyway. And the head of the
Josh Hawley.
It's not. I would know the name as soon as I saw it. Let's see. All I gotta do is put Ray contempt. Fuck, I gotta find his name in here. Comer. It's James Comer. That's who it is. Did anybody put that in chat? Ha, beat you to it. All I had to do was Google that shit. James Comer is going after him for this. And
wow, well, imagine what a 20-second head start gets you.
Right.
I mean, what?
It's not that bad.
See,
Several people had already guessed. They'd heard it.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Mm-hmm.
We don't stick up for the audience around here.
Somebody has to. It's about goddamn time.
They're beautiful people.
They are gorgeous. People. Every single one of them is a peach.
You guys are amazing. By the way, we're brought to you by you. Hit the like button and please share, guys. You know all the other stuff. The balls on Ray on this, for him to be it, I don't know why I'm even surprised at all. I mean, when Holder was in charge of DOJ, he goes up there and tells him, I'm not giving you shit on Fast and Furious. I'm not testifying to this. And people went, all right. Okay. They'll hold him in contempt. It won't be charged at all. So nothing will come of this.
Yep.
And by the time you get somebody in there who might actually care enough, like say Trump or any Republican wins next time, Biden's going to be dead in 6 months anyway, if he makes it that long. I still say he doesn't finish out this term. I was wrong about the timing. I do not believe he finishes this term. But yeah, Mr. Ray, what are you hiding for the Biden administration here?
Same thing Merrick Garland's hiding.
And it is a very specific form he's asking for. It's not like the form is for any communication with what is it? Biden, and I think it's the name of the country from this time. And there's obviously something there because they didn't come out and say, hey, we don't have anything from that time. Mm-hmm. They said, no, we're not giving it to you. And then the little motherfucker has the nerve to turn around and tell the press, oh, we're working with them diligently on this. For real? Then why are they talking about holding you in contempt, prick? How do people trust these guys? The FBI, disband these shitheads. They're horrible people.
They're never going to do that. They've got too much influence and power. And nobody ever tries to stop any of them from doing anything. If you never get fired, you never held it to account, why stop?
They run the country, my friend. I know. And it's just going to get worse and worse and worse.
Oh, yeah.
It's because they're all lizard people.
Well, I at least think the leadership.
And as we know, lizard people are not good people.
No, they tend to worship Moloch and sacrifice babies to him.
By definition, they are bad people. Oh, DC is full of cockroaches. I just read that story, and the fact that the press is not all over this and be like, oh my God, you have to give this up. I don't know why it hit me like it did, because I should have known. I should have known. But every little thing with Trump was, you have to, oh my God, they're obstructing. It's like they asked him when he went to the bathroom and he told him to shut up. He won't even tell him when he pees. But with Biden, it's like, this is possible evidence of him working with a foreign government. And my bet is it's Ukraine. I would almost guarantee it. And you're not going to have a real big push for it, especially if it is Ukraine, because even in this stupid budget deal that they came up, did you see that there's an exclusion in there for, what is it? U.S. Contingency. I forget the exact wording, but basically for helping Ukraine.
Oh, I'm shocked.
There's absolutely no limits on that.
Yeah, McCarthy cucked completely. What?
I wouldn't say he cucked on that one. That's what he wants to. He's a little war hawk piece of shit too.
Oh yeah.
You can watch Joe when he pees. That's true, and sometimes smell him when he shits.
Yeah.
If you're the Pope. Oh man, what a world! This is why I like conspiracy theories. I mean, at least if those are real, they don't hurt anybody. You know, if we found out the Earth was hollow, nobody's hurt by that.
Well, the Deros will be, because then we'll know that they're down there, and they'll have to operate their plans somewhat differently to attack us and manipulate us for their own ends.
I
the
guess,
Underminer
but
is real.
no humans. I'll put it that way.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah. But
No,
when
Neanderthals.
the politics part of
They're
it, man,
not
these guys, this actually affects us.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Keldrick. Why do we call them cockroaches? Are there other genital roaches? Are there non-genital roaches?
Vagina roaches are the worst, man.
The non-binary ones really bother me.
You ever seen a vagina roach? They are.
They smell a little of the sea.
Would it be a cunt roach?
Ugh,
They'd
that's
probably
so
just
way
look,
worse.
they'd look a lot like the face huggers in Alien.
Twat roaches. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I like cunt roach. We're going to hell for this show.
Probably.
Are they anything like pussy trolls? No.
Pillow pants.
All right. Jack, we're going to watch your Clown World video. Oh, I hate you already, my friend.
Oh, you should.
Oh, God. I just have to ask a question off the top here.
What's that?
Why would you purposefully turn your hair that color?
You're going to have a lot better questions in a minute here.
Oh, God.
Well,
I've
like I
seen
said,
this.
just from the jump, I mean, one of my cousins had hair this color naturally, and he hated it, and we hated him for having it.
Fucking Weasleys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Some people just really desperately want attention, and the venom signs are a sure way to get attention. She's got eye divot things too, so
let's count the warning signs. We have that hair, the haircut and color, so that's 2.
Yep.
We have star tattoos really close to the eye, which is an excellent job. I always get tattoos as close to your eyeball as possible.
Yeah, apparently.
Both their eyebrow and their upper lip have 5 o'clock shadows.
Oh,
you need to keep watching, Monkey.
Yeah,
I will. Oh, wait, is that tattoo?
Just watch the video, Monkey. Stop asking for spoilers.
No. We have the choker, which is not always a warning sign, but on somebody who looks like this, it's a warning sign.
It's usually a sign that daddy did them dirty.
Yeah. The heavy eyeliner that matches their hair.
Yeah, that's eyeshadow.
Whatever.
Yeah. You obviously don't have daughters, so you don't know what that is.
You knew what that was,
married,
even
and
because...
I don't care about makeup. So.
Well, I did know that. I've worn eyeshadow before. I was a stage performer.
Yeah, down on the docks.
No, we didn't call that performing. That was work.
Use a little bit of elbow grease there, huh?
We were lifting logs. All right.
Tugging cable.
See, that's...
Oh, you know what? It says right on the screen, mustache double tattoo.
I was wondering when you're going to see that.
Yeah.
I wasn't paying attention. I was looking at I was focused on the subject. See?
And that's how they get you. The blade's not in front of you. It's being hidden.
All right.
See that stubble on the upper lip there, that 5 o'clock shadow? That's actually a tattoo that I just made.
Somehow it's even dumber with somebody saying it.
Yeah, the accent sells it.
Okay, but all right. Are the eyebrows the same?
I know they're fucked up and not on fleek.
All right. People, stop fucking with your eyebrows. Unless you have the unibrow and you're just cutting down the middle so it looks normal, stop fucking with your eyebrows.
Daisy, a tattoo artist in Brisbane, and this is my client Beans. Beans wanted a...
Yes.
No.
Yep, get it over with. Yep.
Nuh-uh.
Mm-hmm.
Your name is Beans.
Your name is Beans.
Well, when you look like that, of course you have a retarded name to go with it. Like, that's why the hairdo is so short. It's because otherwise it would get in the way of the helmet.
My client Beans. Fuck.
You know why they really call her Beans, right? Think about it.
A gender affirming mustache tattoo. So I'm using the same technique.
A gender affirming mustache tattoo. Oh, fuck. Does she have to come back later and get it a little bit longer each time?
Yes, eventually it'll be a handlebar.
You don't. Okay, look, listen to me. If you're gonna do this, don't get it tattooed. Get the butt hair plugs on your upper lip. It worked for
Ew.
Joe Biden's head for a long time. Just do that.
I was thinking that you could get henna, and then it would match the hairdo.
I suppose. Jesus Christ.
Technique as SMP, which stands for scalp micropigmentation, to do some mustache micropigmentation. This is Beans' face before the tattoo. As you can see, absolutely no 5 o'clock shadow whatsoever. And here I am making the tattoo. I'm using a teeny tiny needle configuration and cosmetic tattoo pigment to make thousands of tiny little dots, creating the illusion of a 5 o'clock shadow.
But why?
Money. That's
Gender
why.
affirming. Come on, guys, keep up.
Yeah. When
Each of
I
these
first
Go ahead.
when I first saw the image of this on this video, I thought it was a Drastia, and it was an Adonis Paul video, but it wasn't. It was just some other ugly chick.
Tiny little dots is to mimic a hair follicle, which gives the overall stubble effect when it's finished. This is very meticulous.
Yeah, but see, when I rub my hand across my stubble, I feel something. It's not still perfectly flat. This just looks like you need to wash your face.
Yeah, you're eating too many Oreos.
By the way, the 5 o'clock shadow on just a mustache does not look good, even on men. It looks weird.
Have you ever
Luckily-
seen people get tattoo of hair on their head?
No, but at least that I can understand to a point. People being so
guess.
vain and shit.
Well, I mean, Beans wanted to look cool, so they could be cool beans.
God damn it.
Intricate work, and I'm so grateful to Beans because they sat like an absolute champion for me. Here's the tattoo fresh off the needle under my very, very bright studio lighting. Immediately, we have given the face a much more masculine look. I was so happy with how everything...
No, it looks like she got punched in the face once.
Yeah, well, multiple times with all the swelling. Oh, that's just
Wait.
a normal head.
Okay, I know that we still have some time here, but that does not look like a masculine face. That looks like a woman with a dirty upper lip.
Yeah, I know, right? Looks like she's been eating dirty butthole.
All right.
That's gender affirming, monkey. You
At studio lighting. Immediately, we have given the face a much more masculine look. I was so happy with how everything...
Masculine with those stars going down the side.
Yeah, that's what all the men get is big stars because stars, yay! Every man loves a big star field.
I look like Mike Tyson.
Yeah, I'm surprised they don't glow in the dark. Honestly,
Right?
How much you want to bet that they're a straight trans, if you know what I mean?
Probably.
I don't know.
Thing was looking. Beans hadn't even seen anything yet. And here we are in the natural light, which gives you a much better idea of how Beans is going to look in their everyday life. I absolutely...
She's gonna look like a woman with a dirty fucking lip.
Yeah, look a hideous freak.
Look, look, you really get the masculinity of the stars down the cheek here from this angle.
Maybe
Look,
they were trying to David Bowie just way too hard.
I think they were
All right.
trying hard for something and it failed.
Even if I went with that premise, there was nothing masculine about David Bowie.
Look, David Bowie was way more masculine than most of the people we watch videos of. But
that's fair. But he was, even back then, was described as androgynous.
Yes. But he tried harder than Beans here. But the phrase try hard really does apply.
Oh, God.
Loved making this mustache tattoo, and I cannot wait to see how it heals up and ultimately make more.
Why is everybody that speaks with that kind of British or Australian or New Zealand accent, why do you fuckers not pronounce all of your words? She said tattoo. It is tattoo. What? There's T's in the rest of that word.
No, there's not. You don't know that. Look,
lazy
the Abbo
pricks.
stole the extra T's.
What the? Wow.
The Abbo stole it and traded it for some gasoline to huff. I'm sorry, that was awful. Look, okay, I understand you. This one upsets you. You want to watch something a little bit more masculine? It's a real short clip. We could round out the show, make you feel a little better.
Which
more
one?
Manly. The middle of the Twitter links at the bottom.
All right.
Don't read it, you cheater.
Well, I have to.
No, you don't.
I don't trust you.
You shouldn't trust me, but that's neither here nor there. This show is built on you not trusting anything I put in the side chat. Of course it's a trap, Bubba. Hey, you're like, check it out. An accident scene, right? I mean, this is a body cam.
Why is somebody playing Freebird all of a sudden?
Wow.
Good old boys.
Just a good old boy.
I actually saw somebody dub that over with that song.
Never meaning no. I like that song. Don't get that stuck in my head. I gotta go play video games.
In
trouble with the laws.
David Bowie would be the most masculine guy at the Antifa meeting.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. But in fairness, David Hogg would be the most masculine guy at a Antifa rally.
Yeah, how sad is that? He's a motherfucker.
Faithless says, what was that? That was a car flipping on the highway because it jumped up the back of a truck.
It thought it could fly.
Did the ramp thing like you see on TV all the time. He's just like, fuck it, I'm going for it. Let's see how this works out.
It did not work out.
You know how many cars they ruined with the cars not flipping over on Dukes of Hazzard because when they'd land, they would just destroy the fucking car?
Probably like 30 or 40 of them.
Every time they jumped one.
Oh, yeah. Well, thankfully that was a fairly common model for the 70s.
They bashed the fuck out of those cars. Do not jump your car. It doesn't work like you see on TV. If you get any kind of real height, you're just going to smash your engine block into the fucking road. Don't do that. They had still frames. We dropped the link into chat there, Jack.
I already did.
Okay, cool. In both
Turbo.
of them?
Knight Rider reference there.
Knight Rider, they used to do the same thing with cars. Anytime you see them doing that shit, they're fucking up the cars.
Yeah.
I forget how many hits they went through. I'm going to have to look that up.
That's quitter talk. Perhaps. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap up here. 2 hours of wonderfulness tonight. I really did enjoy this one. This was a lot of fun.
There were 23 cars that they used for the entire run of that show.
How many shows is in that?
Oh, shoot. You're asking me questions.
That was, 7 or 8 years. Some of that was stock footage, though, too.
Oh, they'd use the same jump over and over.
Yeah, they just film it from different angles, and then they could reuse it.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, they fucked up a lot of recent. They're decent cars. Yeah, I mean, you kind of had to if you were going to make it realistic and not green screen it, which I miss that. I like practical effects. Yeah, so you ruin a few cars.
4 season and 90 episodes.
90 episodes. What was it? 23 cars?
Did I say 20? It's either 23 or 26. Hang on.
26, whatever. I mean, almost every 3 shows they were destroying a car.
23, yeah. That's amazing, though. That's fucking just good TV.
Yeah, it really was. I miss that shit. I miss when they made fun TV. Now it's either goofy or way too serious. Or Grey's Anatomy. I can't believe that show's still on the fucking air. Every so often, yeah, my wife watches it, and every so often I'll be upstairs for an episode of it, and I'm like, it's Degrassi, the old people years. Yeah. Except there's more gay people.
The Degrassi is cooler.
I don't believe that's true. I know some of y'all love that show, but that
I've seen the show you're talking about, and Degrassi is way cooler than that mess.
how many kids on Degrassi killed themselves because they were gay? It had to have been like an epidemic on that
like
show.
all of them.
All of them.
I think they did that on the Next Generation one, but not the New Generation, not the original though.
There's a graveyard full of Degrassi kids who just couldn't handle it.
Daxy boy, check your Streamlabs, bud.
I am right now. As a matter of fact, they destroyed all 7 Trans Ams they were given for the first Smiley and the Bandit, and barely had one running at the end. I did not know that. That is an interesting thing.
Well, Smokey they did the Bandit, really?
Oh, they did a lot of stuff with those cars, man. Even without.
It said Smiley in my thing, by the way. Just letting you know. I knew it was Smokey.
Even without jumping or stuff, some of the stuff they did with that car, like running it through the field the one time where they go cross country in a Trans Am, probably not good for the undercarriage of that thing.
They do not build shocks like that.
Anyway, guys, we're wrapping up. I'm gonna go play some more Phasma. We quit the challenge last night after 5 tries because I don't think we made it more than 5 minutes into any one of them before we were both dead. And so we're like, fuck this challenge. And we just went and played normal. So that's what we're going to do tonight. We're not even going back to the challenge because fuck that challenge. We'll be. Look, the audience likes when I die, but I feel like after a while it just becomes boring. I don't want it to get boring.
Not for me. Every time you get hugged by death, I just laugh.
I guess. I feel like you would lose that, though. You'd become desensitized to it.
I mean, it'll be a little less funny, but it won't stop being funny.
And then you get a little just a giggle, like I'm being touched by my doctor. And then eventually you're Bean just sitting there getting a face tattoo.
You managed to go full circle and then come back to the very end of the...
This is my job. I've done this before.
Well, kudos.
That doesn't mean that you're good at it.
I didn't say I was good at it. I just said I could do it. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out. Thank you for putting up with the weirdness tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed it because I really did. Thank you for the donations. You guys are fucking awesome. Cannot tell you how much we appreciate that stuff. Jack, anything you want to chill out?
I already dropped a link. As always, thank you so much for the donations. Like Monkey said, it does help out quite a bit because this is sadly our job. And we try very hard to amuse you guys. But I will recommend the YouTube channel Dark Sayings. Good stuff. It does a lot of really cool live streams about like weird news, and he's got a bunch of great videos on like Antarctica. Used to be known as Creepy Little Book. He used to be in the chat occasionally, every now and then. So keep an eye out for him. Good stuff.
Shiro says a Trans Am's not a 4x4. Exactly. Daxy Boy, anything you want to show
out? The thing I did earlier with the boys.
Over there, that was on
that was United, on, right? No, this was on Hellcats.
Oh, okay, on Johnny Hellcat's channel.
Yep, it was fun.
All right, so check that one out, guys. I will be on twitch.tv/rantingmonkey here in just a few minutes with my favorite hobo playing some Phasmophobia. Tomorrow's schedule is way up in the air. I don't know what's going on because look, guys, I've been waiting for Diablo 4 since they gave us an actual date. I mean, I've been waiting for it before that, but I didn't get my hopes up or anything.
They better not make that one chick that important. I swear to God. Oh my God.
From what I've heard, and I haven't seen actual spoilers, she's important, but not as important as like in 3. So
now, how important is she? Is she important enough to have dyed hair and the side of her head shaved?
Not from.
She's important enough to be a person of color.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So she's pretty important then.
I from what we've seen of her so far, I don't like the way they built her up in there because she's kind of forced on you when you should be the main character of your story.
Nope. You're doing it wrong, you colonialist.
I know.
Look, she's probably a mermaid too.
I don't. Not even color. I don't even care about any of that. I'm just her. If this was if it was a male character, they did it, I would still fucking hate it. It could be the straightest, whitest male ever, and it's just forced.
Nope. See, then you'd be okay with it because that's how the patriarchy works, Monkey.
Nah, it's just so far bad writing.
Oh, well, that seems to be a problem these days. So,
and it didn't used to be with Blizzard. That's what really sucks.
Yeah, but they're woke now. because they had a frat boy culture and they had to change that.
Yeah, frat boy culture turned out some pretty good fucking games.
Yeah.
Those bastards.
Oh my God, he said she had nice titties. He should never be able to work ever again. Fuck off. Twitch.tv/Ranting Monkey. Be over there in just a few minutes. Everybody, thanks for joining us. Dax, pleasure, my friend.
Always.
Jack, a pleasure.
Oh, yeah, I'm awesome. Yeah, always good to be here, dude.
Everybody, have a wonderful night. I'm going to sing to you right now and let you go about your business. So we'll see y'all next time.
Everyone run.
Bye, everybody.
Say bye, Dax.
No.
Daxie said no for the first time in his life. He once took it in the butt from a co-worker's wife.